Matrices are rectangular arrays of numbers. Now I'm going to show you how to add and subtract them.
Okay, so first I'm going to show you the principles of the matrices. So here we have a 3 by 2 and a 2 by 2. So how you get this is it's row times column. So this one has 3 rows, 2 columns. So it's a 3 by 2. This one has 2 rows, 2 columns, and this one's a 2 by 2. So if you have a 3 by 2 and a 2 by 2, in order to do any function or any solving, like adding, subtracting, multiplication, or division, you have to make sure that the inside 2 numbers are the same. So here there's two columns, 2 rows, so now we can solve this. If it was, say you had a 2 or 2, 2, 2, 2, but you had, say, a 1, 2. This is 2 columns, 1 row, and so you can't solve this one. So now we know they're 2 and 2, we can solve it. Your resultant or your resulting matrices will be a 3 by 2, so the outside numbers. So we would have exactly the same setup as this one right here. So you would have, let's say, A, B, C, D, E, F.
So these right here are 2 matrices. Each matrices has 4 positions as shown. This is a 2 by 2. And in order to add these, you add up the numbers that are in the same position. For example, this 5 and the 1, because they're both in the top left corner. So what you do is you go like this. So the matrices that you get is as you can see, I added each number in the same position together, and the matrix that I come up with is this one right here. So here we have the same exact 2 matrices. It's a 2 by 2 still, but this time we're going to subtract instead of adding. So you do the same thing, you just subtract the numbers that are in the same position. So for this matrix, it would be like this. And for your final solution, you get this matrix C right here.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to multiply and divide matrices. So as you said before, we have a 3 by 2 and a 2 by 2. So our answer is going to be a 3 by 2 matrix. So we multiply row by column to get the answer. So first, we multiply 4 times 2, and then we're going to multiply 8 times 4. And we add them together, and this is your first spot of the matrix. So next row, which would be, so we're done with this row, this is the next row. So first we do 3 times 2, and then we add 1 times 4. And we're done with this row. This row is 5 times 2 plus 2 times 4. So we're done with this first column. Next column, we use the same rows, but we go to the next column on the second matrix. So now we do 4 times 9 plus 8 times 3. This one is 3 times 9 plus 1 times 3. And this one is 5 times 9 plus 2 times 3. And this will be your answer to the matrix. And then you just simplify it. We get 8 plus 32, 6 plus 4, and 10 plus 8. This one is 36 plus 24, 27 plus 3, 45 plus 6, which ends up equaling 40, 10, 18, 60, 30, and 51. And that is your result and answer to the multiplying this matrix problem. Okay, lastly, I'm going to show you how to divide matrices. So, again, as before, our resultant will be a 3 by 2. So, and the same technique for multiplying goes for dividing. Just this time, instead of multiplying rows by columns, we divide. So this will be 8 divided by 2 plus 4 divided by 2. 16 divided by 2 plus 8 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 plus 12 divided by 2. And so on. And so let's quickly get this over with. Oh, it's exactly the same. So since this column is the same as this column, you're going to just get same side for both. So in the end, you should get 4 plus 2, 8 plus 4, and 12 plus 6. And the answer in the end is 6, 6, 12, 12, 18, 18.
So now we have a word problem here. So a furniture company makes 3 different types of shelves, A, B, and C. Each of these models is offered in both large and small sizes. Every day the factory produces 1,000 large and 8,000 small shelves in type A, 8,000 large and 6,000 small shelves in type B, and 4,000 large and 6,000 small shelves in type C. Regardless of the type, each large shelf has 16 screws and 6 supporting brackets, while each small shelf has 12 screws and 4 supporting brackets.
Okay, so what we're solving for is how many different types of shelves we can make with the different models, the size, and the different screws and brackets. So this is a long, complicated problem. So our first matrix is models by types. So in the rows we have the different models, which is A, B, and C. The types is large and small. So first, the large column, this is the model A, B, and C. Small column A, B, and C. So that's our first matrix. Here's our second matrix. We have large screws and brackets, small screws and brackets, and this is bracket, screw, bracket, screw. So now that we have the 2 matrices, to get all the possible combinations, we multiply them together. And so using your techniques that I showed earlier with the multiplication, this is what should come out as the answer. And so I didn't really show the two brackets next to each other, but it's this multiplied by this. And so it would be column by row, column, or row by column, right? And so for the first model A, large, we can make 112,000, B 200,000, and C 136,000 in the small category, and then or large. And then for small, we have 38,000, 72,000, and 48,000.